how to power slide on a skateboard. Power slides are useful because they can actually help with speed control. A lot of times maybe you're flying through a bowl or bombing a hill and you need to slow down a little bit. But the old-fashioned ways of slowing down might not be effective because you're going too fast, right? Dragging your tail or even dragging your foot might be too hard if you're going like top speed. Another thing I like about power slides is it's such a stylish way to move around on your board. You can slide your wheels. You can really like have a lot of fun at the skate park and never really even have to pop or use that much energy. Now I'm gonna show you how to do it. We're gonna start with frontside power slide because that's the most common and I think it's a little bit easier. Frontside power slide is where you turn forward and it's almost like you're skiing down a hill. That's a great way to imagine the shape of the frontside power slide. Your foot position is gonna start with giving your toes a little bit of space from the toe side rail. This is extremely important because if your toes are off the edge, when you start sliding, your board will get pitched a little bit forward towards the toe side. After your board gets pitched, it's really hard to drag your board forward, and it'll just end up doing that. At high speeds, this gets a little bit dicey because if you pitch your board forward, your wheels might stick and actually start rolling instead of sliding through the ground. So we need that foot position back so we can be on the heel side of the board so we actually push the wheels and keep them sliding. The next important piece is the initiating motion, which is the 90-degree turn that starts the power slide. This 90-degree turn is actually a jump. We want to jump slightly to unweight our wheels from the ground. If you do the opposite and push down into the ground to try to rotate the board, you're actually gonna put so much friction on your wheels and you have so much traction that it'll just never slide. So we use this slight jump to initiate that turn and keep our wheels really light as you're turning and aiming your board so you can start sliding. If you want to practice de-weighting the wheels and getting that rotation rolling without doing a power slide, you can just stay stationary, bend down and wind up a little bit, and as you jump and leave the board, just drag your wheels around and try to rotate 90 degrees. As you get better at it, it becomes a little more intuitive to really slide your wheels around. Now for the fun bit, the actual power slide. While you're sliding, you need to make sure you're sitting behind the skateboard, off the heel side. You sit behind it so you can actually push the board through the ground to keep the power slide going. I think most people think that power slides are like a passive thing, that once you turn 90 degrees, all you gotta do is hang out and you'll just keep sliding. It's not the case at all. It's a very active thing. You're constantly pushing your feet forward to keep your wheels sliding and stopping them from sticking and rolling. So when I say sit behind the board, I think this is actually an accurate position. I'm gonna be this far back. I'm gonna hinge my upper body forward and feel like this line that's across my shoulders is directly over the top of the middle of the skateboard. That means my hips are way back behind the board. My weight is a little bit on my heels where I can feel the toe side of the board pitched up. If my body's right here, but I'm reaching my feet out in front of me, this is a very good example. I actually can't balance on the board stationary in the same position as during the power slide. Because the power slide has all this friction, so it's slowing you down constantly. So you actually have to sit so far off the back that you would fall off if you're not power sliding, right? Because imagine this, as you're sliding, those wheels are slowing your board down. As your board slows down, that's gonna stack your body over top of it. So as your body is stacking over top of the board, if you ever cross the center line of the skateboard and end up on the toe side, your wheels are stuck and you're gonna go flying off the front. I'm gonna show you an example of getting pitched forward while going slow. You can see that as soon as those wheels stop, my body starts rocking over top of the board and everything's fine until I get directly over it. And now I'm on the toe side, and there's really no way to drag that board forward anymore. So if I do a power slide at that same exact speed and sit behind it more, then when the wheels stop, it'll pick me up and put me right over the center of it. This is gonna take some time because maybe the hardness of your wheels and the type of concrete and how slick it is, how fast you're going. These are all things that you're gonna have to build an intuitive feel for so you can figure out exactly how far to sit behind it and know that as your wheels slow you down, that it's gonna start standing you back up. Don't be scared of that process because it will become intuitive and it is oh so fun once you master it. Let's figure out the exit. So while you're in a power slide, you're gonna be doing all these micro adjustments that are mostly gonna be intuitive. I wouldn't worry about it too much. All I want you to focus on is looking where you want to exit the power slide towards. So you get in the power slide, you pick your target, and then you just push your front foot at the target that you want to hit. This will get your wheels lined up with exactly where you want to go. Don't think about it like you're rotating front side into the power slide and then you're rotating backside out. That won't really work, but what will work is de-weighting, initiating that slide, and then push your front foot at the target. I'm a big fan of having a lot of tools. I want you to have a lot of tools so you can adjust your body position and effectively slide your wheels. Everybody thinks about their body a little bit differently, but I'm gonna explain to you how I think about my body and all the adjustments that I make to maybe sit more or less off the heel side. The first piece is I feel like I have a stick in the center of my chest, right in my sternum pointing out. And I try to aim that stick directly down at the ground between my feet, or even I can try to aim that stick a little bit backwards underneath me. By doing that, that forces my hips to get out of the way, and I really feel like I can sit on my heels easily. Skaters oftentimes run into trouble when their hips stay directly over their feet and they only can lean their chest forward a little bit because that starts pitching them too far forward. And then they get in this weird habit of like standing up super tall and not having any range of motion. So as long as I just take my chest and try to point that line directly between my feet, I have a really easy time sitting behind it. A great way to think about the power slide is just like sitting in a chair. If you were to just sit in the chair while you're stationary, you would fall backwards. You have to trust that during the power slide, your wheels slowing down will create the chair for you and it will prop you back up. So just trust as you get into it that you have to really sit behind it as if you were sitting down and let your board just stop and prop you up right over the board. As you get more comfortable and confident, you can start going faster. And as you gain speed, power slides actually become easier. It becomes easier because you have less friction on the ground, or at least you're going fast enough to where your wheels aren't gonna stick. Once you break through that speed threshold, where you can just get everything sliding, you might find that the beginner stages of power slides were a lot harder than just letting it fly at full speed. Remember that setup is important. Harder wheels will slide easier than softer wheels. And if you spend all day doing power slides, you're gonna end up with flat spots. What's up?
How you doing?
Hey, man.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So we're in the Gold Coast of Australia right now at Pizzey Park, and we ran into Matt Stroja, a member of our online community. So, Matt, can you tell me a bit about your skateboarding?
All right, well, I'm just turned 34. I started skating when my wife was pregnant, so like 26, so coming up on 8 years. I skate regularly, like 5 days a week to 7. I joined Skate IQ because I was just hitting roadblocks and I was getting too old to jump around pointlessly.
Hey, that reminds me, what we're doing today, shooting a power slide video, is over 30 approved also, so we're in. You wanna do some power slides?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay, let's do it. Nice. So this is a very common issue where your front wheels get stuck to the ground and you can only move your back wheels around. The only thing that concerns me about that is you're likely to end up over your toe side and your front wheels might start rolling. So if you balance properly and you do that same thing, you risk the board maybe just running away from you instead of sliding. So instead of keeping your front wheels planted as you rotate your back, can you try to get your front wheels to slide a little bit to, are you goofy or regular? Regular. You try to get your front wheels to slide just a little bit front side.
Just a little bit.
As you start it.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Can you feel it roll you over on the toe side?
Yeah, a little bit.
Can you sit a little bit more behind it? So if you do stop, then you can just stay balanced right there without falling forward.
We've got to get a screech.
Let's see. Oh, it's close. Oh, Matt, hey, come check this out. Come stand by this ledge in the middle of the power slide once your wheels turn sideways. I want you to actually sit down on this ledge and feel like you're behind the skateboard like this.
Yep.
Because your weight being back here is what pushes the wheels forward.
Yep.
Right now, you're kind of just squatting over your feet and your wheels are getting stuck, and then you're having to skate out of it. So if you just trust that sitting down a little bit more will give you that push, I think your wheels will release.
All right.
And it'll give it a little bit of a slide. Oh, once you get it sideways, that'll be good.
Is more speed better or less, or whatever's comfortable?
I think more speed is easier
That's
because it's
scary.
more predictable how much your wheels will slide.
Bit
Hey,
far.
do you feel it throw you forward that time?
Yeah.
So that's exactly the cue that can say, okay, I just need to really sit on that ledge and stay behind it. Oh, that looked better.
Gradually getting lower, I think. There is an overriding instinct to pull myself back to safety.
Is safety to you
Just back,
more this way?
well, just to quickly bring it back to rolling rather than to a stop.
Well, our instincts are quite impressive. So if you know that you're gonna fall forward, our instincts are gonna kick in and you're gonna try to skate out of it. So if you sit behind it where you'll be balanced when it stops, that instinct to straighten it out might go away completely. Even that slowed it down. Yeah, there we go. Your trucks are always gonna be either turning toe side or heel side. And I want you to feel, when you're in the power slide and stopping, I want you to feel yourself sitting on the heel side. If you ever feel your trucks level out or go toe side, that means your instincts are gonna kick in, you'll kick yourself out of the power slide.
Oh yeah.
Hey, there we go. So essentially, if you take that last power slide you did and add a bunch of speed to it and keep the same balance, you should be able to slide your wheels. But it's gonna take practice and confidence and all those things to do it at full speed consistently. Do you wanna give it a go at faster?
Sure. I've got to build up to it, I reckon.
Okay.
Like 3 guys going quicker and quicker.
I didn't ask you to go faster because I thought it would work first try and you start sliding, but I did want you to feel that a small mistake at slow speeds becomes a more dramatic mistake at higher speeds. So you can always go back and forth just to check your technique. You can do one fast one and be like, oh, still flying off the front, and then just sit behind it more and more while you're going slow, and then try it again and just see what happens. But use the feedback you get on the really fast ones to determine what you're gonna practice on the slow ones.
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's actually fun.
It is fun.
fun.
Power it. Never had one lesson.